Are you ready to make a journal just from junk? This is the journal that I made in January, and I'm using it as my garden journal, and we are going to be doing that again. We're making a journal just from junk, and this time there's a twist. Stay tuned. Hi everybody! Welcome to July! Woohoo! Welcome to July, and July we are having our July just build a journal out of junk. So this is our July just junk journal with a twist. I've added some things, changed it a little bit from what we've done before, and yet some of it is very much the same. So let's get right into it. So this is about what you're going to use in your journal. First of all, you can use any glue. You can use glitter glue, any glue, any glue. And you can use any tape. So this time you can use any tape, even washi tape. Any tape, okay? You can use one cutter. I like to use my Recollections cutter because it has the cutter, and I can use it for scoring. So one cutter, 2 pairs of scissors. So I love these postal scissors, and probably my pink and white scissors. Okay, so 2 pairs of scissors. Let's see. You can use white acrylic paint, but do remember sometimes the paint sticks. So one brush, so one paintbrush, and then you can use one sponge or distress tool for each of your stamp pads. And we'll get into stamp pads in just a minute. You can use 2 pens, 1 ruler, 1 stapler, and as many staples as you need. Okay? Now, punches. This time you can use any punches. Okay? So we're stepping it up. We're going to let you use some more of your tools. Okay? And help let you see that by using more tools, you might be able to do more just because you can use more tools. So any punches, any stamp pads. So you're not stuck with just a black stamp pad. You can use any stamp pads. Sorry about that. So any stamp pads. Okay? You can use any stamps this time. So I'll get down to this bottom of this pile, and I'll show you some ideas for stamps. And you can use any stencils. Same thing, my stencils down there. Okay, so those are the tools. Yes, you can use your sewing machine. Yes, you can use your iron. Your sewing machine this time, you can use whatever thread you want to. Okay, but do remember, you all saw how easy it was to make a journal last month with a kit. So sometimes it's just easier to not just because you can doesn't mean you have to. Okay. Okay, your binding kit, your string, whatever your choice of string is. Okay, this is what I like to use. You get 1 graph paper. Okay, you can use 1 graph paper for your template, or lined paper, whatever it is you use for your template, and then whatever's left, you can use it in your journal. Okay, and then your needles, and 4 clips. There's more in there than 4, but 4 clips, and whatever your pokey tool of choice is. I use this because my hand won't control the awl. So, but I can control that. So that's why I use that. And okay, so and then onto your metals, you get to use 6 metals. Okay, so if you're gonna do a tassel, you might want a washer. That would be 1. Your wire, that would be 2. Eyelets, however many. And this time, I think I want to use a hitch post. So my little hitch post, and then where'd the band go? Okay, so the hitch post would be 3, and then the band that I'm going to use would be 4. Okay, so then I can use 2 eyelets. Okay, this is one piece. It's the hitch post and the screw to screw it in. But that's what I'm going to be using, and so you can have 6 metals, and we are including, if you're going to use, oh, there's the hair ties. Okay, if you're going to use a hair tie, we're counting that as one of your metals. Okay, I need to write that down though. I pulled it out and I forgot to write it down, so I'm writing that down. Hair tie. Okay. Okay, so now we get into what you can use, and I don't have my piece of jewelry yet. So you get to use a piece of jewelry. Hooray! So broken jewelry or discarded jewelry, a bracelet, a necklace. You know what? I actually think I know what I'm going to use, and it's in here. I might use that. Okay, so there we go. We'll pretend that that's my broken jewelry or discarded jewelry. Okay, garment or linen. So actually, you get one of each this time. You get 1 garment and 1 linen. Yeah, I wrote it there. 1 garment, 1 linen. Okay, so for a linen, I have a placemat. I might use that. Okay, so that's my linen. And my garment, we have the return of the skirt, because it did such a good job in January, and I mean, we only used a little piece of it. So the skirt is back for my garment. Okay, so other things that you might have, you might have a little bag that you could use as one of those. And then, that's right, we get to have some scrap fabric. Okay, you've asked before if we could have scrap fabric, because so when I'm talking scrap, we're talking, you know, scrap like that, or like this, or you can use a piece that's big enough for a cover. Okay, piece that's big enough for a cover. So 3. So these are probably going to be my 3 right there. Okay, I'm going to put those over in my bin. I'll put my necklace over in my bin. On the decisions that I've actually made, we'll move them over to the bin. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with, okay, so we are making a hardcover journal this time. A hardcover journal. So you can either use a book that you already have, and you know, but it needs to have a hardcover this time, not a soft cover. We're switching it up. And so I've chosen this Making Birdhouses book that I've had forever, and I have yet to make a birdhouse. And of course now we have the internet. If I really want to make a birdhouse, I'm going to be able to go and do that. So it has the jacket, which gives me what, 4 birdhouses 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 birdhouse pictures that I can use. It is bound in signatures, so I can cut it out and use the side-by-side pages, which I am very excited about. So, so that is my book. Look at this. It even has these, which I think these are going to be really just different, to have these little templates in here. So yeah, so we've got that. So that is my book. So you get to have, and you need to have one book. Okay, where's my thing? Okay, next is your magazine. So one magazine. This is probably not the magazine I'm going to use, but it was really pretty, and so I pulled it out. I'm looking for my Birds and Blooms magazine that I had already started cutting up, just so that I can, but I have this, okay? So it has, let me show you, it has lots of things in it. Got lots of great colors, lots of words, things that we can cut out with our punches. We have a map in here. These pictures on the back are awesome, and they are great. You know, the texture of the paper is great. And so there's just lots of good things that, you know, go along with my theme, which I guess is birds. And so next we have wrapping paper. And this is why I chose, I was like, I want to use my wrapping paper. So this wrapping paper, I have all the different kinds of flowers and the words, and most of the words are about birds and bees and butterflies. And so there's birds in here. So we'll probably go ahead and go through and use one full section of that, but I can use it as pages if I wanted to. But that is my wrapping paper. So you get to have wrapping paper, and you need to have wrapping paper, okay? Calendar. So I have my calendar. What's cool about a calendar is you get the big pages, okay? So you get the big pages. And of course, as you know, the bird, I won't be using the swan, the flamingo, the eagle, the peacock, or the owl, or the hummingbird, because I have other things for those. But then I also have all these small pictures that I'll be able to use. Okay? So, and then there's tropical birds in here too. So anyway, I have my calendar. So I'm all set for my calendar. Now you can use a large calendar this time, and or a small calendar. Okay, so if you have one of these small calendars, you might want to use that. I'm not using that one this time. Put it in the other pile. Okay, gift bag. Okay, so we'll bring back the Birdbath Gift Bag, see if it gets used this time. So I have, this is the one that I've chosen. Look, it's got that great blue and white stripe on the side. We have the ribbon for from here. All of that are things that we'll be able to use. So there is my gift bag. That does go in my bucket. And yes, you're gonna want, let me see, do you need a gift bag? Yep, you need a gift bag. Okay. Okay. Napkin. So one napkin. And you need to have a napkin because we'll have napkin elements. So I have this in my stash. It's also in one or two of my napkin sets that are for sale in the Etsy shop. So this one has two different well, actually, it's got more than two. Because look, we've got the 3 birds together. We've got the 2 birds together. We have the 2 birds together, and here we have the 3 birds with 1 flying in. So, oh, look at these. So they're all 4 different. All 4 of them are different. All 4 pages. All 4 pages. All 4 sections. So that's going to be really cool. So that is my napkin that I chose. Okay. So next is a used file folder. Yeah, it doesn't need to be used, but a file folder. So remember, I have this one that was in my mom's stuff. I don't know if I'll use this one, but I like it. So, and then I had this one. Now this one was also my mom's stuff, but it had stuff in it. So this one has the pockets in it, and so maybe I might use that one or this one. Let me see. Okay, you don't have to use a file folder, okay? But those are some choices. If you wanted, you had some file folders in your stuff. Okay, and then you get to pick 5 other things from around your house. So one of the things I'm picking is yarn. Now, I don't know for sure that it's going to be this one, but so I'm going to pick a yarn as one of my 5 other things. So there's my yarn. I'm going to pick another garment, and this one has lace. Okay, so it's a little shirt that I picked up, and it's stained, but it's a great piece for a junk journal. And I am going to use this little one. I loved this, but then I also can use these pages. Okay, so that is one of my 5. I'm picking another napkin as one of my 5, and this will just give me some blue stripe that I can use in my journal. So that is one of my 5. When I do the recap of this, it will make it much easier, much simpler, okay? And I am picking this bird book as one of my 5, okay? So it doesn't mean I have to use them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have my 5. My 5. I've got my 5. And so those are my any 5. Okay, so now let's go through some of the other things. One of the things that I gave you this time is you get to use 8 pages of lined, graph, map, or ledger. Okay, a total of 8. Lined, graph, map, or ledger. And your lined paper, and these I'm using, this counts as 1 right here, okay? 1 sheet. So if you're using the composition book, that's 1 sheet. And for my book, this is going to fit in my book. So I'm actually going to take, I'm not going to take this lined paper this time. Yes, I am. No, I'm not, because my bird, if I didn't have the book pages that were the size of the book, then I would take those. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the seam out of this graph paper, and I will be using the graph paper, and I don't know which map yet. I love these. These are vintage. Maybe I'll save those for something else. So I'll use these yellow ones. Okay, so I'll be using these, and then I have the big ledger, and I'm going to use those because they will fit in my journal. They will fit in my book. Okay, so I have those 2, map, graph, And again, I'll only be using 8. And then I'm going to use 2 of these as my lined paper. Okay, so yes, I know that's something that will come up. Can I use another kind of lined paper? Yes, you can use another type of lined paper for your lined. Okay, so that happens to be a mouse pad that I have. And okay, so on to the next. Okay, so you can use any junk mail. Now, really, all I have for junk mail right now is envelopes, but you can use any junk mail. If you get, like, oh my gosh, we got the cutest thing from the vet because it's time for Chip to get his shots, and so you can use that cute little thing. If you remember from last month, and I had the Tomato Mania card, you can use that. You can use all of them, as many as you want, as many as you have. So right now all I have is privacy envelopes, so I can use those. Let's see. And then envelopes you can use, because oh my gosh, I said this in January, we probably have so many envelopes. Do you have so many? I have so many envelopes. I can never use all the envelopes that I have. Look at this one, that the vintage, it gave us, it's left a stripe on it. So you can use as many envelopes as you want. As many envelopes. Doesn't matter what kind, what size. If it's an envelope, you can use it. If it's pretty on the inside, I had one back here, but I can't find it. If it's pretty and got the, stuff, you can use it. Any envelopes are free game. Use as many as you want. Book pages. Okay, so, we take books apart all the time. All the time. And we have book pages. So you're going to want some book pages for this journal, for one of the elements, but you can use as many book pages as you want. And so those are all the free stuff. And now I'm just going to give you some ideas of things that you might have. Oh yeah, church envelopes, they count too. They're an envelope. So yeah, as many as you want. Okay, so cards. And there's so many different kinds of cards. So playing cards, yes. You can use playing cards. Business cards. The cards from the games and those little boxes. That's what this is from. One of those little boxes. And it had this. And somebody sent me that in Happy Mail. The index cards with the tabs. Greeting cards. Especially used greeting cards. Or those ones where they send you a whole bunch in the mail because you donated, or they're asking you to donate. And the large index cards. So here's a greeting card. This is the to from part of it's missing because the person just gave me this. She gave me a whole bunch. So there we go. You've seen that one before. I've tried to use it in the last bird journal. It didn't get used. Okay, so now we're on to just junk. So you might have cards left over, invitations left over from something, packaging, all kinds of packaging, the tags from a pair of shoes, the thing from your pillow that you're not supposed to take off. This is inside the index cards, the last one. Game pieces. You went out to eat and you got the guest receipt thing. This is more of after you've used all the markers for the bingo game, you might have this left. Okay, so your plastic packaging, with your thing inside. Again, more packaging. This is from the California DMV. This is the back of the Crayola note papers. I mean, packaging. Okay, so that gives me a whole lot of packaging. Then we have like covers of things, and so these have these great colors that we can use, and this is from Paper Pad, and we can use those. And this was the back of a notepad, and this was the cover of a notepad, and this was a notepad. But look at, if I can get this off nicely, we've got this area. Might put that in the daisy. But we've got the cute little bird, and so it went like this. Might even still be able to put it in the journal like this. You know, if I can flip that up, lay that down flat, and you could still open it, and I could put notes in there. So we'll see. It's kind of cool. And it's got a magnet closure. So we'll see about that. So this is the cover of a paper pad. Might be able to use some of that. This is the cover from the tissue. The cover from the children's writing paper. Cover from the ledger paper. So this will make great tags. You put that on a tag, put this on a tag, or you could put it in as a page. Oh, there's lots of things we can do with those. So I have all those. This was the inside cover of a book. And then another, my big pad. Check register paper. This was, okay, so my mom had a million, well, maybe not a million, but a lot of journals, and I've been taking the pages out. And so here's some of the journal pages that I took out of her journals. There's some ledger. Okay, we have a crossword puzzle book. It's falling apart. Dictionary pages. List pages. Anything that has lines is good. This is the cover of some sketch pad paper, the sketch pad from Dollar Tree. Dryer sheets. This is a gift bag. What's left of it. This is when I was dyeing the paper, and this is what I was using to wipe my hands on. The paper towel I was using to wipe my hands on. And it turned out amazing. So that's paper towel. We'll see. I don't know if I'll use it or not, but it was in the it was in the junk pile. Tissue paper from a gift. I have some wallpaper from a wallpaper sample book. Okay. I have pattern paper and the instruction page. I have painty paper. So this is paper that I painted on. These kind of more have like white, but they're all painty papers. So that is that. Then I have raffle tickets. Okay, so raffle tickets. Postage stamps are awesome to be able to use. So canceled postage stamps. Then I have from another postage stamp from an address label page. I have the stickers. Okay, so these are the stickers from the address would be here, and these are the stickers from the address labels. Okay, a couple of crossword puzzle. I have a paint chip and a couple of these paint chips. These are from out of the Birds in Bloom magazine that I plan to use. So, and they were already cut out, so I have those. And then I have some of the stickers that also came with the address labels. Okay, so you get like greeting cards, address labels, and so it had these with the birdhouse and the birds. And so that is my idea of what you can use. I mean, of course, you can use any paper junk that you find around your house. And so let's go ahead and I'll tell you what we'll be making this time. We're gonna use our napkin and make 3 items. We're gonna use our calendar and make an envelope with an insert. We're gonna use our privacy envelope and make an item. So you take your privacy envelope and you make something out of it. Be creative, show us something different, something new. You're gonna make 3 items using your magazine, 3 items using envelope. So give us some ideas on what to do to use up those envelopes. 3 book page items. So you're going to use the book pages and make 3 items. And again, help us. Help us have some ideas. I will have some ideas. And so bring us some new ideas. 3 garment items. So whatever your garment is, make 3 items using that garment and show us. I mean, if you're using jeans and you make something with the pocket, something with the belt loop, would love to see that. Okay, with your gift bag or your bag, you're going to make 3 items. You're going to do 3 stencil ideas, 3 stamping ideas, and 3 jewelry items. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 things using the items that you are allotted. And you are going to see 11 things. It's hardcover this time. You can be any size, any shape, but it needs to have a hardcover. Yes, you can do 3-ring binder. Yes, you can use your cinch or a binding machine. But it does need to have a hardcover. And it needs to include all of these items. So some other things you can use: bad copies, church envelopes, wallpaper border, wallpaper sample book. The deadline is July 31st. You can go ahead and go to the Facebook group, and it's listed in the description box down below. And we'll let you in and get it started. Let's get that party started. Post your finished journal. When you're finished, there's going to be the dark color post. Usually it's a black picture. It's been the record player or the rain. I chose that just because it stands out. I wish they had like a finish line flag. That would, you know, that's kind of the idea that I was going for. So you're gonna, if you make a video of your finished journal, you post it in the video, the one that says post your finished video here, or post the video of your finished journal. Post the photo album of your finished journal, and post the cover of your journal. When you are finished with your journal, post the cover. All of those things makes it so that we can see them, but also when I'm going to tag you to be invited to the party, that's how I find you. So it's very important, and it is, I mean, the two things that you have to do, you have to get to be invited to the party, you have to finish your journal and participate by showing, putting your images into the element posts, and you have to finish on time, and you have to post it in the group as a finished journal so that we can find it. Okay, so this time, hardcover journal, using junk. I gave you the list of the junk that you can use, and then you can use any junk mail and any of this other junk. And then this is what you need to have in your journal. Okay, so we'll go over that one more time. Hardcover journal. You can use any glue, any tape, 1 cutter, 2 scissors, any punches, any stamp pads, any stamps, any stencils, 1 white acrylic paint, 1 brush. You can use sponge or distress tool for each of your stamp pads, 2 pens, 1 ruler, 1 staple, staples. Your binding kit is string, needles, pokey tool, 4 clips, and a template graph paper. You can use your graph paper to make a template, and then your graph paper can go into your journal. 6 little metals. An example is your washer, bulb pins, hitch posts, eyelets, 6-inch wire, hair tie. You don't have to have one of each. You can have as many. If you want to have 6 washers, you can have 6 washers, 6 bulb pins, however you want to do that. Okay, you get to have 8 pages of ledger, lined, graph, or map. And that was just to add some pages in that would make it look and feel more like a journal that you're used to. Okay, you can use any mail or regular envelopes. So any junk mail, privacy envelopes, and any regular envelopes, as many as you want. Okay. You get to use 3 pieces of scrap fabric. Be reasonable, scrap fabric. That or less. Strip. But, okay, so like 18 by 18 is pretty much as big as you can get. Yes, okay, if your book is 9 inches, you can use 20. But, anyway, let's see. 1 piece of jewelry, 1 garment, 1 linen. You can use book pages. You'll need some for your element, but book pages, all, any. 1 napkin, 1 book, 1 magazine, 1 wrapping paper, 1 calendar, 1 gift bag or grocery bag, 1 used file folder, and then 5 other items. So you can go back and double up on some of these items, or you can grab something else from around that you just absolutely can't make your journal without. And it can be a tool, or it can be a physical, like a book or something like I showed you. Okay. Any packaging. So the cover, the back, the plastic that it was wrapped in, the sticker, the tag, all of that. Any packaging. Any junk mail. And then also raffle tickets, postage stamps, address labels, photo album inserts. So the photo album, and it's got the pockets in the photo album, you can use that. Mini calendar, Rolodex, note paper, pattern paper. Note paper being like from the bank or from the hotel, that kind of thing. Your pattern paper, like sewing pattern. Tags like clothing tags and things like that. Guest book pages, bad copies, church envelopes, wallpaper border, wallpaper sample book. So another thing on bad copies is if your printer keeps wanting to do the test pages would count too. Okay? Deadline is July 31st. You'll want to go to the Facebook group in the description box down below. And then we're going to make our 3 napkin items, our 1 calendar envelope with insert, 1 privacy envelope item, 3 magazine items, 3 envelope uses, 3 book page items, 3 garment items, 3 gift bag or bag items, 3 stencil ideas, 3 stamping ideas, and 3 jewelry items. So what we're doing this time is we're taking what we have learned, what we like, and what we like to do, and we're going to be showing and giving people ideas. And that's why I'm not saying I want you to stamp on 3 pages. I want 3 items that have been stamped on. Did you stamp on something? Punch it out, put it on. You know, those of you that are the Stampin' Up people, there's your thing. Show us what you like to do with your stamps that we could add to our journal. And I am really excited and cannot wait to see what you come up with. Yes, we will have mini challenge in the challenges. They will be back starting this weekend. I just have been overwhelmed with doing the beginner series and this and my garden. So, and that stuff's gonna die. So if I don't take care of it. So I want to thank you all for being here. If you're here for the premiere, hello and welcome. And I hope that I was able to answer your questions in the premiere. We will have a question box in the Facebook group where you can ask questions, and anybody that knows the answer can answer the question. And I want to thank those of you that have gone in there and get there before I do. Oh my gosh. You know, some of you, we all learn differently. Some of us learn by hearing. Some of us learn by doing. Some of us learn by watching. And so some of us haven't gotten our information the way that we need it yet for this challenge. And so those of us that listen are, you know, that's how we learn. You're going to be able to help and answer questions because you're going to have heard all the nooks and crannies that maybe others haven't. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. These challenges would not work without my design team. They are amazing. I want to thank Bonnie and Joyce and Kelly and Robin and Xanthony and Sherry when she comes back too, for all of their help, really. And then those of you that have stepped up and answer questions and research things, I just really appreciate it. So let's go out there. Let's make beautiful journals. I cannot wait to see what you make or to see how many that you get made. We will also be doing Christmas in July this month. It'll be the 12 days of Christmas. And so we'll be doing 12 Christmas junk journal ideas. And so I'm really excited. So we got a lot going on. We're still working in that golden book too. Whoa! So find something to celebrate every day and say hello to whichever animal is up. Hi Chip or Midnight or Lucy. I'm not sure whose turn it is, but say hi. And thank you all for being here. Have an amazing day. Let's go make a junk journal. Bye. Bye-bye.